Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge of Dubai. Before the semi-final of the Counter-Strike Championship here, we have the captains of both teams, SK Gaming's Dennis Wallenberg and Fnatic's Patrick Khan, and I'm going to butcher the surname, Satamon. Was it more or less correct?
It was superb pronunciation.
Thank you. You guys have met just a couple of weeks ago in the final of the Global Challenge in Chengdu, and you've lost both maps in overtime. Have you figured out by now what to do for the same thing not to happen again?
Well, we lost on double overtime on train and overtime on nuke, I believe. And I don't really think it was our tactics or anything like that who messed our game up. We had some unlucky rounds in the overtime, and maybe we felt a bit nervous going into the overtime due to the fact that we had to get a lot of rounds to keep up with SK in the normal rounds. So we will just try to play our game. We're coming here with fresh mind. We started out playing the group stage bad, but yesterday we played probably the best CS we ever played, I think, in the night at least. So it's looking good.
Are you guys superstitious at all?
Slightly.
What are the cards? These guys have put cards on their keyboards. What do the cards mean?
It's to be revealed later.
To be revealed later. Will it be after the game?
Before the game.
Before the game, all right. But superstition, still sticking to that. You guys, every single time almost, or pretty much every single time, when you had trouble in the group stage, guaranteed spot in the final. Does that mean, is that a reason to see you in the final today?
I hope so. I mean, I stated earlier that we have really a hard time to get focused and concentrated in group stages, and you can think that we should have learned our lesson, but somehow we are not really capable of playing our A game in group stage. But as you say, we are likely to end up in finals, and today we're going to face SK, which was, in my opinion, coming into this tournament, one of the candidates for being in the final, but now we're in the semi-final, so it's a mini final. But on the other stage of the brackets, IEM is playing really good. I didn't really expect that, but yeah, it's best of 3 maps, everything can happen.
Anything can happen indeed, and going to Wale, SK Gaming's captain, probably for SK Gaming there is absolutely no better feeling in the world than beating Fnatic in a final. Does beating Fnatic in a semi-final come close to that?
I don't think it's quite the same, but because we've been losing a lot of finals to Fnatic this year, and we really want to go to the final, so of course we're going to have to really play well to win this semi-final. But no, I don't think it's the same feeling as winning a final versus Fnatic.
All right, you guys have defeated Fnatic in Chengdu. They have probably done a lot of homework about that match. Have you done yours?
Well, we tried to use the little time we had before this event and try to adjust a few things that didn't go as planned in Chengdu. So we got some new stuff, but I think they do too.
What's going to be the crucial factor in this match between the two of you? What's going to separate the two teams?
Well, it really just comes down to aim and winning the situations that come from around. You know, 2-on-2s and 3-on-3s, and I think the one who gets the momentum is going to be able to take this one down.
What about the strat callers, you and Khan?
Well, we've been trying to outcall each other for like 3 or 4 years, so it's getting old, and we don't have many more aces up our sleeves. It's hard.
Okay, so this game probably might come down to aim or just a single key decision by one of the players playing. And without further ado, let's go into the game. After the small break, we will have our commentators, James and Joe, bringing you all the action from the Fnatic versus SK Gaming semi-final. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Carmack, and that was, of course, Wally and also Khan, the two center sitting players and tactic callers for both of the teams. Quite interesting statements. Wally thinks he's mixed it up a bit, and as I said, Fnatic are definitely prepared for this one. So I think this one's going to be a very, very close game.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much impossible to call what's going to happen here. Of course, SK had a real nice start to the tournament, and actually they lost their final game to K23 in the group stage. Fnatic, on the other hand, were kind of the opposite. They lost their first 2 games and then bounced back to win the 3 afterwards. So there's kind of a difference in form. It's a different day, and you really never know what to expect. I mean, look at the last game. MYM absolutely demolishing Vitriolic, who yesterday put in a 16-1 nuke victory of their own against Attack.
Certainly, people don't know what to expect, and maybe if Vitriolic knew to expect that, they probably wouldn't have turned up this morning. So that one's particularly interesting. But this one, as I say, it's going to be a lot closer. Really wouldn't know where to go with predictions on this. Obviously, you still kind of think SK could be the favourites after that Chengdu victory. On paper, they look stronger. Their results in the group has been stronger. They've come through in first. But at the same time, just like SK, you would never count Fnatic out of any situations, because it only takes someone to have that kind of, hit the zone, so to speak, where they just seem to be always looking in the right direction and just being awesome. Then, well, they can just win just off someone just coming up huge, which is what we've seen for Meet Your Makers, even though everyone came up huge there.
Yeah, they certainly did. So let's have a look at the first team here in this semi-final, and it will be the second place team from Chengdu. It is, of course, Fnatic. And first of all is Gux, who is the 10 of hearts today. And apparently these cards are all symbolic in some way. Jack of hearts for Forest there. Of course, a famous name. You guys know who all 10 of these players are without me really introducing any of them. And we have Khan in the middle, who's deciding what he is. He's the queen of the team, apparently. And they're all hearts, so there's plenty of love going around in this Fnatic side. 5. Oh, he's the king. And then get right. What can we guess? He's going to be probably the ace, right? Yeah.
Oh.
No? Yeah. Joker.
Joker. That makes sense.
That was good. Well done, guys. Could have been funnier, but yeah, it was all right. Good try. Now let's have a look at SK, who are a little bit more serious going into this one. First of all, of course, is Crystal, one of the 2 new players into this SK lineup that have brought them a lot more energy and, well, a bit more success as well, winning their first ever event. And then we have Alan in the next position. He actually on Inferno, the few times we've seen SK has been really, really strong. And in the middle, Waller, the strat caller, who we've just heard from in the interview, who said, it's always great to play Fnatic, and they've beaten them in a few finals this year, so they're looking for a bit of revenge and stopping them going there. Then we have Robin, who yesterday said he'd bet everything on winning their game against Vitriolic. And then, of course, on the end we have Face, the second new player into this SK lineup, and a very, very strong individual who will certainly show us some of his skills today. So that's the 10 players, Jay. Do you want to do a prediction or not?
No.
No?
No. Well, the only thing I could tell you from the lineups is that we definitely know that Fnatic turn up to events with a poker set, having their cards there with them. So I think that's the only thing I could tell from now.
Yeah, that was.
And that's true, by the way. I don't think DSN has ever been to an event without his poker set.
Well, last time we saw Fnatic doing stuff on stage, they were wearing like multicolored wigs and flashing glasses, and I guess they like to put on a show. But anyway, we're going to be starting off on Train here, which, like I said, was the second map that these 2 teams played in Chengdu a couple of weeks ago. It ended up 21-16 in favor of SK, and we'll have to see exactly how this goes. They both played 11-4 CT halves on Train, so we'll have to see if that is repeated here or if things are going to change up. We should get ready almost now for the knife round, I think, and we can get this match underway.
And both of these teams will obviously be wanting to take that CT side, maybe as normally, obviously the strongest side to start. But we have, again, just constantly, time after time, seen really strong T sides here on Train into the Extreme Masters. And I'm sure we're going to see another one. And I think Train, I mean, would you favour this to SK or Fnatic? Because I'd personally say maybe a little bit Fnatic on this one?
I don't know. I mean, SK are a very good trained team, and they've got the diversity of 3 people who can use that AWP there with Robin, Crystal, and Wally, of course. Fnatic, though, they've been actually having a few teams remove Train against them. So I think whichever way you look at it, this match is an even matchup. And with Train and Nuke, I think 2 even, maybe the most even match we could see.
And also to mention, this is the first game of the day for both these teams. So we will soon figure out what kind of form they're in. And if anyone's in form enough to kind of meet your makers that came out guns blazing a little earlier. And it does look like we've got Crystal stood up, just checking over with Wally. Not sure if there's any problems with the team of SK. They do have the attentions of the admins. Have to see, and actually Crystal is going to help Wally now. He may have been playing Counter-Strike for a good 10 years, but still Crystal can help him out somewhere. And Fnatic are going to be sat down, cool, calm and collected and ready. Behind Fnatic for this event is going to be the Quake Live jeweler Lincoln. A lot of the times you will normally see him travel solo or maybe even with their manager. At this time, they've
got some French support.
Yeah, got some French support.
Not sure how much he can offer in terms of Swedish language tactics, but Lincoln can get pretty crazy when he's excited, trust me.
Indeed.
He looks very docile right now, but you never know.
Also to note, a whole host of prize money up for grabs at this event, also a spot in the global finals.
Yep, certainly. The World Finals will have one team from each of these global challenges winners. Of course, SK already booking their place in there, and quite soon we will be starting. In fact, I think some of the games may have even been played here on LAN. Mousesports are playing at the minute down there. The Intel Extreme Masters European Championships, which will be featuring here on ESL TV probably once a week to we'll bring you the highlight match of that week. But we're still waiting here for Wally to get a few issues sorted out. I think with his sound, we've got the admins over there giving him a helping hand. But while we do this and fix up any issues we've got, we're going to take a quick look over at the last event here at the Intel Extreme Masters, which was, of course, the Global Challenge in Chengdu, which was won by SK. And when we come back, we will bring you the match. So, SK versus Fnatic coming up here next.
So then welcome back, and that was the highlight video of Chengdu where this match was played in the finals, and SK were victorious with their new lineup. And we've all also got to ask ourselves, have Crystal and Face, though given a surprise element to SK, going to have that taken away from them? They've definitely had enough games here in the group stages that Fnatic would have seen how the whole team worked and could have adjusted to the synergy that those two players have brought to the team. But we also have to think, well, they don't only just bring a synergy, they bring crazy frags and great moments, and we'll have to see if they give us any more.
Well, we're about to go here in the 9th round. We've had the restarts, and we shall get things underway. And as usual, Jay, you get the pleasure of talking about the knife round.
All right. These knives are over 6 inches long. Pierce straight to the heart. I don't know if that's true, but I'm sure they would. Base and Delusion, DSN, going back to his old name there, actually getting clipped to begin with, but it is going to be Fnatic. And Carnage back on his old name. And it is going to be Fnatic to pick up the knife round. They're going to be wanting to stay on that CT side. Old names here.
Yeah, going back to the days or something. Even though they've been more famous really with their new names. But of course Fnatic will take the knife round, and we'll start off here on the CT side. Not sure if they'll get straight underway or whether they're going to have some kind of huddle. First of all, we still have Cartman helping out, and he's making him change back, I think, to their current names.
Oh yeah, I think he actually changed DSN to DSN. I think Khan gets to stay as Carnage, though. That's not fair. How did he get away with that one? Actually, Hardy gave a smile there to the admin and they made him change, but still, he's got a 5 in there, so at least he's subtly winning that war against the admins.
Technically, he is winning the war. So we're going to get the restart send and we're going to get this one underway. It's SK Gaming versus Fnatic, the second semi-final here in Dubai. Of course, MYM will be waiting for them in the final and watching down in the crowd as well to see exactly who they will face in just a couple of hours' time here in Dubai. And straight after this game, we will move in, I believe, to the third place game, which of course is a battle for a difference in $1,000. The winner of this tournament will take home 10,000, 5,000 for second, 3, and then 2. But let's have a look how this is starting off for SK. You can see that Gux and DSN are positioned very aggressively, actually, on this outer side. And the way that SK is setting up for the attack could work out very, very nicely for them.
Depends how Robin and Wally do. Forest is actually in a good enough position to defend at distance. Good smoke. Whether or not it's going to be a fake and they're going to go back round, I have to see.
Well, Wally and Robin have dropped the noise, if you like, and got those smokes
this is good
in.
for
But
SK.
the push is now coming in onto this outer side. DSN will chime in with the first frag. Alan looking for the hits across the middle area there, but he did take a big hit to the head anyway. Forest and Crystal both exchanging. There's 2 men now from Fnatic moving up.
Forest has got his eye on the bomb as well. He can see the bomb down. This is really important.
Forest knows where that bomb is. Wally and Face both on full health for the T side of SK Gaming. Here comes Face, he will drop. Let's get around to Wally. He is the last man standing as he tries to get in the bomb, but he won't manage it. And Fnatic will pick up the pistol round here as a CT side on Train. And last time, as I said, when they played in Chengdu a couple of weeks ago, both sides put in an 11-4 CT half.
Yeah, nice. It's very good that they obviously take that on CT's side. That's the kind of momentum they're going to want to build with. And nice defense on Z Hallways by Forest and Co. I'm not sure. I think it would have been Khan, I'd imagine, but great job by them. But also, I was surprised that DSN and also Gux didn't get destroyed in center when they had their back to 3 members of SK. And Alan might have felt a little bit unlucky, but we are in on the gun round. Gux will pick up the first kill onto Robin. Down goes Face. Get Right's going to get involved with the FAMAS. 1 and 2. Last man remaining is going to be the captain. Also had to play out solo last time, but will deny that gun from Gux, but certainly not the round from Fnatic, as they are going to go into the lead 2-0.
Yep, 2-0. These rounds fairly easy for them. SK will eco out again here this third round, or will they? No, they won't. They'll buy up. So let's see how they will bounce back in this game. You can see that CT defense right now is going to be very, very, very intense. As I press the wrong button and we miss a bit of action, but here is Khan, grenade, and that M4 coming up big for him. Crystal will finally drop him. Forest was already dead, but here comes Get Right in from that left-hand ramp with
grenade.
the FAMAS. The grenade will take out Robin, and it is going to be just on Crystal, and he will be shut down by Gux there from the 1 train. Defuse will come around, and Fnatic pick up the 3rd round. And that was, the 3rd round by gambling for SK.
Yeah, definitely an important round for Fnatic to win. So important that it took Khan to his feet. And Get Right as well was happy for that one. And was kind of close at the end, but definitely nice grenade from DSN. That really brought that one back even and very available for Fnatic to take. So let's see what SK are going to be able to do. They are just going to have Flash and Glocks. It's going to be down Ivy. Here they go. Well,
yeah. By the time we get to DSN, I think this round's pretty much over.
He's run out of ammo, at least on his M4. So
it's going to be Robin, and it's cleared up by DSN, who gets 4 in that round. And that will bring the score also to 4-0. DSN is 10-1 right now. Got a good start to this match. Now let's see how SK bounce back. Crystal will be carrying the AWP this round, so he'll be an important part of this SK comeback.
3-2 split. Wally and Alan now down Ivy. We are with Crystal though. He's actually going to have to go up maybe versus DSN off to his right. That smoke's going to be useful. And actually Robin's already in on the site. Face has got in as well, and Crystal will pick up Get Right. So good start there as Crystal gets his second. He's still not being neutralized. There he goes down finally from Forest. Face though will reply, and now we've got a 1-on-3. Khan, full HP, armor and weapon, but bomb is down. Wally and Alan. Alan sits under the train, Wally behind it, checking CT, and Face will make his way into peek into T spawn, where Khan's now coming. And it looks like he will be wanting to save. That would have been his main objective. Face though, had he stayed a little longer, could have denied this weapon. Important weapon to keep on the CT side. Expensive side to play. And this is going to be the first round then for SK, bringing us to a 4-1 scoreline. Very hectic in the A site there. Crystal did a great job in being able to pick up those 2 kills almost back to back with 2 shots, and that was huge. Forest though did get a reply on him, but it was all too little too late. And now we still have guns on the team on the CT side. Big round for Fnatic to win. I don't want to afford losing this and allowing the score possibly to go back to 4-3.
Yeah, of course, this is important for Fnatic to bounce back and keep that CT side strong, and they allow SK to get too many rounds in.
And you can see how slowly SK are playing here.
For the next round.
I'm not sure whose smokes they were down by Inner or even Ladder, but...
There's Gux with the first frag onto Face. SK still haven't decided where they're going to go yet, and of course they have lost their first man as well, which is bad news for them.
It's also very hard for SK to actually get a initial kill peak now. The Inner site, both of them will be covering each other, Forest and Khan. Robin though will maybe challenge Khan at the top. He's made some noise, wouldn't have been heard. He's going to join up with Crystal, who's just behind him, and it looks like this is the site of choice.
Yep, certainly they're going to drop down through ladder here. Crystal will be instrumental in picking up kills in this round as they move out. Gux will take down Wallet. Crystal has to find something right now with this AWP. Robin will get himself one. The bomb's down just behind that electric box. There it is, picked up. Forest with a great shot down onto Robin, and now onto Crystal. Sorry, now Robin is all that remains, and you can see the time ticking away there. And Robin won't have a chance of getting anywhere near either of these bomb sites, and actually will be pressured by Khan into losing his weapon, and that will be Fnatic bouncing straight back in the scores to make it 5-1.
Yeah, important they picked that one up because it could have been a 4-3 very, very quickly. Nice defense though there from Gux and Get Right. Get Right challenged by Alan on the T-spawn entrance to the site. And then Gux had an easier time over on Pop Dog. And he also nicely went defensive when they got in, and he waited for Forest rotation, and that's where they picked up the remaining kills. But once again, we are on a bye. Another slow round from SK. Khan is at the back of White Halls. Robin with the Deagle is probably going to be first man in if anybody. Crystal is not picking up any shots there. Predicting if someone was going to come through the smoke. Khan still sits at the back. That didn't connect. He actually just ducked away behind the wall.
Got flashed. Still was flashed up there and had to move his way back, but it looks like SK will commit to this area. Let's get around to that man, Khan. See what he can do. That smoke there is going to just see a head pop through, so Khan now may be able to hold on to this area. They know that Khan was there. SK are moving very slowly, but they will move now into this site. Forest will take out one. Here comes Khan. Runs out of bullets for that M4, but will switch back with the USP. He's done a lot of damage there to Crystal, who is now last man alive for SK. And as he comes up the ladder, Get Right will be watching. And that will bring it to 6-1 Fnatic.
Yeah, they really needed to get that kill onto Khan to be able to kind of split before they went into that site. But unfortunately, Khan stayed strong for SK. And that's going to be another point on the board, 6-1. And I mean, look at the scores already. We can see DSN 10-2, Get Right 8-3, Gurk 7-3. But still, the 6-1 scoreline isn't huge yet for Fnatic. They really are going to want to make sure they get into double figures before the half is over. And if they do, they'll be very happy.
Well, Forrest has just bounced a great grenade there up the ramp and will now be waiting. That's just great play there by Fnatic, holding out very, very strongly. To be honest, an easy round, of course, on the eco for SK there. That will bring it to 7-1. And Fnatic starting to run away maybe now. But we know the CT side of Train can be like. We know that SK can probably do exactly the same when the time comes.
Indeed, they can. Now we are going to have weapons in the hand of SK. A more offensive, kind of moved around here. DSN on AWP. Car's actually moved up to the bottom of Pop Dog. And we've got Ivy, the place of choice for SK. And they could get in here. They just need to flash up DSN and they can get past. This could be dangerous.
Well, not quite that easily. We've got Gux here waiting as well. We'll get under that 5 train. This is where he can do the real damage, as he will spot Alan. Already taken Robin out here. There goes Gux again onto Wally. Now it's all on Face, who is again in a little bit of a tight spot. Goes around the corner. Gux was there. Brings it down to a 1 versus 3, but this is a real challenge for Face, and actually Kana's behind him there by the Pop Dog train. Will bring it to 8-1 Fnatic, so having a real good time of it here. Gux on 13-4, DSN 10-2.
Yeah, as you said, I think that round with Gux under the 5 train rather on top of Sniper Point or Tower or whatever you want to call it, depending on what your team calls it, is well, it was really good for the attack because he definitely caught him out, got 1 and 2, and that was pretty much the end of the SK's attack. But also, Khan picked up a nice kill over by Ladder Room.
Well, we are going to see a push here from that T middle area. Gux got himself 2. We'll see now what SK can do on this outer area. Crystal swaps his Galil out for an AK. DSN close range there at the end of Ivy. We'll look for his second, but Crystal was already there. Gux now should utilize this position as the flashes come over from the bomb train. He knows the bottom of the ladder is clear. Now it's all on Face, who will spot Forrest, and it's now a 1-on-2, and the second round in a row here that Face has been all alone. But will he be able to make a difference compared to that last round and win it? Only time will tell. He's got Khan and Gux to go up against, and Gux up there in the sniper tower will take him. And Fnatic extend their lead even further to 9. This is a great start for Fnatic, and again, they know that if they came out with you know, all colours flying onto this first half, then I really think that they can win this first map, and they can probably seal it up on the first half if they go far enough.
Yeah, honestly, they could. And it was Mim that said or was that even, that said he wanted to play SK. Have to see how that pans out for him. And actually, we are going to be fast down. Ivy. DSN gets 1. Almost picks up a second. Gux will help him out with that situation. Crystal does get in onto the side, but Gux will deny him. So just Robin and Face also left in Ivy. Get Right gets 1. There comes the second. And that's going to stick Fnatic up to those double figures. And well, you know, Gux has just been so devastating here on this site. They've really not been able to handle him. I don't think I've seen anybody actually make it all the way up to ladder just to kind of go, you know, face to face with him.
Yeah. Face to face with Face. That'd be even worse. Let's see then if Fnatic can, well, drop a round. There must be something in the water at the moment, because we're seeing a lot of very one-sided first halves in the games over the last couple of days. Forrest there has lost a little bit of health. Robin in a similar position, so things very even here until Forrest pops out. Robin going down, and SK do have a 3-man stack over in Ivy, just trying to probably weed out DSN there.
Actually, DSN's moved over
the inner site right
to
now.
the inner site, yeah.
Wallet is losing a lot of health. That will be to Forest. The 3 remaining players now will have to make their move. They're probably going to meet a very stacked Ducks here, who will actually fall earlier. Let's get back around to Forest, because he was the man that will maybe do this. And as he peeks around, Alan will take him, and quickly they could lose Khan. DSN has rotated around through that CT spawn, will miss his second shot, but here's a 3-on-1. Crystal all alone for SK. He knows where one of them is. We'll get up on that 5 train, but this is probably just too much for Crystal to handle. There's one guy inside of the Z halls. That was Get Right. He's down. It's now DSN and Khan versus Crystal, who has himself the bomb.
DSN is in CT
get the plant in here, and actually DSN will walk in there with the USP, gets the kill, and the timing was perfect. The defuse will follow, and Fnatic will extend their lead to 11 and make the score 12-1.
Awesome timing there from DSN. Crystal, though, showing that he definitely had the nerve to take that round potentially, but as I said, great timing from the team of Fnatic to bring that one back, and DSN was on AWP, so had to pick up that kill with the pistol. Wise choice, it worked. As we move into the next round, scoreline 11-1.
There goes Crystal, already losing a lot of his health. DSN will hit the second shot in a row. Robin has quickly replied, but this SK push will come a little bit quicker than we've seen in previous rounds. Get Right will drop face. Again, it's Robin who keeps his team into the round. Now a 2-on-3. Advantage is with SK now. Khan will be the one trying to get back in. Forest will get himself a double. Wally and now the last 2 kills for him. It's now all on Robin. What can Robin do? That bomb ticking away.
That grenade hurt.
That grenade was perfect there, but Robin will make his frag onto Khan. It's now Robin versus Forest, and Forest will come in, gets the headshot. I'm not sure if Robin knew exactly where he was, but even if he did, Forest was faster on the trigger. As defuse will come in, and the score will move up to 12.
Yeah, Robin taking that grenade was probably detrimental to his death, but certainly Forest quicker on the trigger. Robin did play well. That could have easily gone to SK. But so far, struggling to get off that 1-point mark. And Wally and Robin, 3-12, 4-13. Only Khan, who's been kind of quiet over on the B site, is not in double figures for Fnatic, but nothing to do with how well he's been playing. Everyone for Fnatic definitely coming up big here on the CT side. But as we know on Train, it could easily inspire a deja vu feeling.
Let's get around here to DSN, who's working his magic inside Ivory. He's actually got himself 2 kills with that AWP. Get Right will back him up. DSN does fall, but after all the commotion there, only Robin stood between Fnatic and 13-1, and Gux will hold strong on Pop Dog to make it 13-1. We hit the final round of this first half.
14-1, 16-1.
Not quite sure what's going on today.
I think a couple of teams out here are ready for the finals already. We know MIM are. Maybe Fnatic are too. But a couple more maps, even if SK aren't able to bring this one back. But let's go into the final round. And we're going to see an inner push. Forest to get the first kill and second.
Yeah, Khan's in a good position up here by ladder as well. SK already are down to just 2 remaining players. Robin will fall. It's now all on face to stop this 14-1 scoreline coming in. Forest will pick him off. Brilliant round for Forest. He took 4 on that inside. Alan says very good half. And Fnatic will end it 14-1.
Yeah, nice of Alan to say very good half. Certainly was a great game played there from Fnatic. SK though, what can they do second half? Pistol is only theirs to win it. They want to stay in the game. If not, we'll be moving on to a second map, which will be... Not sure what the second map is, actually. Nuke.
Let's see if Fnatic can seal this up and do an MYM, let's call it, and win 16-1 in their first map. Right now, we are just edging around and trying to figure out what this SK defense setup is going to be like on the pistol. There goes the grenade. The rest are going to be rushing into this train yard now. Forest has taken lots of damage, but got the first kill in the process. Gux has just seen another man there. DSN takes down Crystal, and they are in now on the site. Khan will drop Wallet. It's all on Robin, who will be picked off by Gux, and that is 15-1. And map point, should I say, for Fnatic.
Yeah, worst kind of side to lose the pistol on CT. They're going to be ridiculously weak with Deagles. And I think Khan renamed correctly for this one to Carnage, because that's exactly what's been happening. And you're just looking over at Get right there.
Shaking his head in disgust at SK, apparently. There we go. Wally has already lost a lot, and this is going to be the winning map round, surely, for Fnatic. All on Face, who, when we get around to him, does get the Deagle frag onto Get Right, but he is pushed in by Forest, and the map will end 16 rounds to 1 here on Train. And, well, Jay, I don't really know what to say. I don't know what's going on today.
Well, yeah, it definitely hasn't left us speechless, but certainly Fnatic in high spirits. And any team that has momentum, has a good team feeling, has confidence, seem to utilize it a lot better. It's SKs that are going to have to talk, have the serious talk here. A few words coming out from Robin, most of them actually.
Well, while we have the half-time discussions here, and Fnatic are actually leaving the stage to have theirs, we have some T-shirts here from the Intel Extreme Masters. If you would like a T-shirt, if you come to the front of the stage here, you can get one from the lovely Carmack, who will let you have a T-shirt. Yeah, Peter wants a T-shirt.
Let's clove up the MIM team. There's a few people wanting a few, and these are the Intel Extreme Masters T-shirts for 2009. Sponsors included, thanks to such sponsors as Intel, also Roccat, new to the Intel Extreme Masters. We're actually using their mice here. I've got the Roccat cone. I've seen a couple of players using some of their equipment in the event, Vitriolic,
yep.
But I don't think they're going to be wanting to boast about that just now.
Well, they still guarantee themselves top 4 there.
Hey, it's definitely a good finish. Just the final day was really...
Yeah, I'm really, honestly, I don't know what's going on. There seems to be like this crazy pattern right now, which started off last night with Vitriolic beating Alternate 16-1, then NYM winning their first game against Vitriolic 16-1, and now Fnatic have beat SK in the first map 16-1. So, you know,
we just had an excellent display of
strange
T-shirt throwing from Carmack, and one thing we can confirm, doesn't matter which country you go to, everyone loves T-shirts.
Yeah, this is definitely true.
I think they love them a little bit more in Germany, though.
Well, yeah, wait for these two teams to get themselves sat down. There's, like we said, a big discussion going on within SK now as to how they're going to handle things. Of course, we move over now to Nuke, which was the second map also in the NYM versus Vitriolic game, which finished 16-5 on Nuke to NYM.
Both teams can be particularly dangerous on this one as well.
Yep.
Not sure. It's still...
But the same in the Vitriolic game, so...
Yeah. I'd still maybe give this advantage to Fnatic. I think their Nuke game, allows a lot of people to shine. I don't know, I think SK on maps like Inferno, I think would be strong. Dust 2, I think they'd definitely enjoy as well.
Yeah, of course, Fnatic removed Dust 2 from this one, and they'll probably remove that for the rest of the tournament, because Dust 2 was like their nightmare map here in the first couple of days. SK removed Tuscan. I'm not sure whether they're just scared of Fnatic on that, or whether they themselves aren't that prepared to play a Tuscan, which is maybe more likely. SK picked Train, Fnatic Nuke, and the third is Inferno.
Rather long break here for both the teams. One manager with SK today. They were accompanied by 2 in the previous days. The Slash. Also there you can see Memusa, also known as Tim. Not sure where the Slash engagements have taken him, but I'm sure he'll be following this match eagerly, waiting for SK to put up a show in the second map and hopefully take it. There's a lot of conversation going on there. The only person I don't see talking much is Crystal. I think he's just like, give gun, kill people is the tactic. A lot going around between Robin, Wally and Face as far as conversation. And over with Fnatic, as you can see, they are sat down ready. Smiles for many of the teammates. Forrest there. Sat on the end, had a couple of great finishing rounds. Sat on the end with Gux, sorry. But Gux as well was just superb. I really enjoyed his kind of positioning. And they also bought the right guns a lot of the times. When they rotated DSN to that B site, it was almost perfect because they had 3 AKs on that A site, and that was going to make it easier for them to handle that rush, and it certainly worked. And then DSN came around and then got that pistol kill just after the bomb down. And we are going to be loading up the second map. So finally off train, they are back in. Nuke is going to be, as we mentioned, the map of choice, and the winner of this will be moving into the grand finals. If it is Fnatic, if SK would do one more map. No prize money up for grabs here, over $30,000 up for grabs. Not sure, is it 15 for first?
10 for first.
10 for first.
25,000 for CS, and the rest over in Quake Live, which we saw a little bit earlier on in the week.
Which is actually won by SK as well, so they could just get a double. They're sitting with a chance.
Yep, certainly. I mean, SK now have probably been saying, forget about that last map. Let's just concentrate here on Nuke and play the game that we know we can play against Fnatic. Last time this was played, it went into overtime and finished 21-18. So, yeah, great bit of overtime there, actually. That was at like 7 AM in one morning from Chengdu there. We were in the ESL TV studios broadcasting that. But today we are here in Dubai, and we'll have to see how this match actually folds out. And here we go. 9th round is about to start. SK will start out on the CT side for the knife, and will hope to keep a hold of this CT side, no doubt, as well. But Jay, why don't you take us away with the old stabby, knifey, knifey round.
You make it sound so cute, but in fact, a brutal round.
It's not brutal.
No, it's not. It's gaming. It's esports. And we are going to be with DSN then from Fnatic. Here comes the wall of blues. And already it does look like SK are going to have a better time here on this knife round. And it's only Carnage that is living up to his name there. Picks up 2. Crystal will finally shut him down. And that's going to put SK onto CT's side. And, well, let's see if it's going to be a case of whatever you can do, we can do better. But that, of course, will be dictated from the first pistol. Fnatic will be looking for bomb down as well, just in case they lose. But certainly very, very capable of winning this with the kind of pistol players they got. But let's not forget SK as well. Some great players there. And I do believe we're going live into the pistol. No, we're not. They're shooting each other. And they've got Fnatic. So we're just going to wait a little moment.
Yeah, just some interesting facts. When they did meet in Chengdu on Nuke, it was the T side here on Nuke, which was stronger for both of them. 9-6 they played. And then we went, of course, into the overtimes, in which SK eventually came out stronger. So we are going to get the restarts in. Pistol round starting here in the second map. Fnatic lead 1-0 after a 16-1 trouncing on D Train. Now we move over to Nuke, where SK will start out on that stronger side and will look to do the same to Fnatic.
So they're waiting for the restart to come in. And we're off.
Let's have a look at how Fnatic set up here on this pistol round. And we have got a couple of USPs bought for
only armor
for
Face. 3 sets of armor on Fnatic. If you're not familiar, you can see a green to red bar underneath the players. That will indicate how much armor they have left.
Here we go. Wally is taking a big hit there early on on the outer side actually by Forest, and you know, those two USPs, of course, they buy them for the range, and that's why those two went outside. The Glocks will stick to this inner area. Try to get those burst fire shots off onto the SK defenders, but we will see a bunch up now, and maybe that push will come. Let's try and get forward. Forest will take out Wally. He's looking for more here as he moves in. The flashes will come around. Forest going aggressive through them, and that was great play, but a quick reply. The grenade kill from Get Right will bring us back to a 3-on-2 for Fnatic.
FaZe is up here.
And now comes Forest to attack this upper side. Crystal will go down. Where is FaZe? There he is, inside the vents. He pops up, shoots out the grave, but Guts will take him. And well, FaZe was not quite hitting there with his shots. Honestly, and Fnatic will take the pistol. Great start for Fnatic once again.
Great start for Fnatic, and they did deserve that one, but FaZe really should have got the first kill. He must have felt unlucky about that, whether or not he would have got the next two. Very doubtful versus Fnatic, but they did take the first round on that T side, so most likely going to guarantee themselves free. Normally we see an outside push from Fnatic when they in this position. Two are going to be on the outside, DSN and Forest. DSN will pick up Robin.
Get Right on that inner area from the radio room. Has already got himself the aggressive pusher in the form of Crystal. There is some shots coming in there onto Khan.
That gun won't be available though. That was a good kill though from Wally into lobby. 3 versus 4. But they are very weak. Just if they can get kills, that would be helpful. I don't think this is going to be their round from here. But they have kind of got into position to defend this inner side. Upper side, sorry.
Yeah, they're in here. They surely will pick this up very quickly. Wally, who was up on top of the hook, will be dropped. Last man is again FaZe. Let's see if he can find a weapon to maybe turn this round on its head. Or maybe he will just run away with it. He does get the kill onto DSN, who was moving in there for that weapon, but unfortunately Get Right had already pushed it down, and Fnatic will take the lead here 2-0. Of course, another eco incoming from SK. And this one again should technically go over to Fnatic, but you never really know. But that should leave us in a 3-0 situation.
Yeah, we are going to see USPs once again. Only a couple of HEs. Maybe they're going to aggressive nade Squeaky. Squeaky was open there by Gux. Khan will throw through. Get Right, you can see in radio room. He's going to be facing off versus FaZe at the bottom. And on Red Rock was Forest. And he's got Crystal on the outside. He's got DSN for help. And DSN will pick up that kill with a pistol. You can see that's where the action just happened. And actually Robin and FaZe are both on the outside. So it's Get Right's facing nobody right now. Wally is man in her, and FaZe is trying to sneak around. I think FaZe could be dangerous if they're not prepared for him. He's trying to get around to FaZe. I know he's weak. He's going to be way out of position now as Fnatic move into this lower site. Easy take, and should be easy to defend for them.
Bomb's going to go down here from DSN. Robin, Wally and FaZe will try to recover.
That's a dead FaZe, I think. No? There he is. He waited just to see if there's anyone else coming with him. Nicely played by Gux. And Wally and Robin will move round towards lower. USPs in hand. Looking maybe for exit kills together. We'll find none. And that's going to be the 3 that Fnatic wanted and safely got. Forest currently 5-0. 1 frag almost on all the players of SK each. Only Robin not to pick one up, but they are on the bye round, so everything changes from here on in. Big round for SK.
Yep, and they're very concentrated right now, listening to Wally, who's calling in the positions. And we'll get things underway. As usual, we see earlier on in the rounds, Forest is the man that's gone into that aggressive position, trying to do the damage. We are going to see Squeaky door open with Khan picking up his first kill of this game. He's quickly downed by Crystal though. Gux may just make the peek here into this upper side.
A lot of damage.
Here come the grenades. Good counter grenades though from SK, and actually the 2 kills coming in onto Get Right, and DSN will slow this push right down. Gux will peek out, does spray but doesn't hit Crystal. Well, Forest is now last man alive. 1 versus 4.
Yeah, he's got Alan just on the other side of red crate. He does pick up the kill.
Yeah, that was an easy kill onto Alan. He was low HP anyway. He's given his position away anyway after that kill, so having to go at spraying through the walls and hoping he could catch someone on that inner side.
His Faith is around. Faith is coming on the outside. I don't think Forest is going to be ready for this.
There we go. Forest is shot in the back, and 1 versus 3. Yeah, not really expecting all that much from it, but SK will pick up then their first round on the CT side, and their first round with guns, so you could say that's pretty successful, even after losing out to a very dominant Fnatic pistol round. So let's see if they can improve on this one. Try and bring us to a tied up game. Get Right going the aggressive man again into the radio room, and again those grenades rolling out. Here comes a flash. Get Right will tuck himself behind the wall. Squeaky door has been opened as well here for Fnatic, but this round is much slower. Forest again will get put into that outside position to try and exercise his aim. The flash is put down will slow him. Gux has lost a bit of health as well. We have 1 minute remaining still in this round. Get Right's just spotted one, but he did take a fairly big hit there. Still waiting out for Fnatic to spread out. Here's Forest on the outer. He spots Alan, who was just hiding in the corner there of Garage. Wally will come in to back up and gets a quick counter kill. That's what they needed.
DSN could be dangerous on the outside. I don't know if we can get round to him, but Get Right will face off versus face here in the ramp room. This is where the push will go.
Push is coming in here indeed, as 3 of them got to stack up. Face there at the back behind the boxes. He'll get 2. Robin comes around from the CT ladder area, and that will be 2 for SK. They are almost in a position to level us up now on Nuke.
Yeah, Fnatic really could have got in on that upper site, but they weren't aware of the situation. Forest, when he got the kill into the garage, and then but got killed himself, he was actually out there versus 2. Well, he left DSN, sorry, versus 2, so kind of hard for DSN to get back round to his team and help him in ramp room. He did eventually die, but Face, great defense from the get-go on the ramp room. He was 1v1ing versus Get Right for a bit, and definitely played a better game, at least, with as far as damage was concerned.
Well, here comes Face in a fairly easy situation. Robin's grenade has got 1 kill for him. USP frag at the end there for Face, and Get Right just trying his luck as he hangs out of the window of hut, and that will bring us all square then. So SK bringing it back after winning that 4th round to a 3-3 scoreline.
Yeah, Fnatic can lose this round and then buy next, but they're not going to want to. Even if they get around, we will still have guns over for SK. So whoever can, if someone can string 2 together, that will be huge. But someone's going to have to break away from this tied game. SK got Crystal on the outside, Robin and Face at ramp. And it does look like that upper site is very available here for Fnatic. They really should go in. They're going to have to worry about the retake.
Yeah, pushed in there. Crystal has got his first frag here of the round. Forest will take down 2. Alan and Robin both dead. It's a 3-on-4. Advantage Fnatic. Now Wally is out of it. There goes Face, and it's all on Crystal, who is not quite in a position to defend yet. And will probably even not go for this, considering his positioning and the opponents he has to go up against, which is 4 remaining for Fnatic.
Yeah, and that round was a similar defense from the CT side of SK. Ramp was strong, outside was strong. Only one of them, I think it was Alan, up on the rafters. Forest dealt with him. Crystal did, though, pick up the initial kill onto DSN over on Red Rock. And this one will go into the hands of Fnatic, and they will once again take the lead. 4-3. Crystal holding on to his M4 there. Make this round a little bit cheaper for him, as it will be a buyout. And if Fnatic can put this one on the board as well. That's going to really threaten the CT half, and CT half should be looking to be stronger. So the fact that Fnatic lead could give us signs that they might be the better team on the day here.
Well, that's maybe what we thought in Chengdu as well, but things were even by SK's TU side as well. Let's have a look at this Fnatic push. It looks like they could maybe go straight in here. They will do with Khan and DSN. The rest will start to work their way up. They will settle in onto this site now and look to defend. Khan has actually gone down to the lower, and Fnatic have decided that this lower site is where the plant will come in. Forest has to come and join his team. Get right will sit back in ramp room and wait for it, but he's not going to hit the shots that he really needed to there. He will have to be backed up by DSN, who's still watching over this ramp room. Headshot onto Allen. Great start to the defense. I don't think SK are going to go for things here. It's 3-on-3, but they are low health. Wally in particular is pretty low, but
that's important.
Catches Forest out.
Because the bomb is actually being dropped.
Yeah.
So DSN and Khan have a lot of work to do with the 35 seconds they have remaining.
That was pretty weird from Fnatic, but Forest was the one with the bomb, and then they went into that upper site, and he was well back.
DSN's already been huge as well. He's got 2 frags. There comes one. Bomb in hand. Robin versus DSN.
Only 18 seconds to go. DSN will
That's
get
a
the
really good
planting
move.
here.
He's going to have a good defense on this position as well. Robin's just made it into vents then. He's out.
Well, he knows where DSN's going to be, and DSN will pick up the round. Absolutely brilliant there from DSN, and you know, that was a little bit unfortunate for Fnatic. Forest was actually back by you know, the spawn area, just wall banging and just waiting for a push around the back and hoping to catch some of those CT players out of position, but he was carrying the bomb, and I'm not sure whether that was really done on purpose, to be honest, for Fnatic.
And if SK lose this, it's also an eco. We've got 4 M4s and a FAMAS on Allen. They need to win this round on CT side.
Well, they've already done a little bit of damage to Khan. Face spotted one man running back from radio room there as the smoke was popped. Again, it's a fairly slow round at the start from Fnatic. Wall banging and hoping to get rid of that health, which Wally now is pretty much empty of. Will go down on the one hit. Khan is the only man for Fnatic to have lost some health. He will use that Glock to open squeaky door, and then we'll go back around the other side. Gux will take out Wally. Finally, we've got Allen there up on the rafters, but Crystal at close range has to be dealt with here by Forest. And actually, it was DSN who came around and got the Crystal kill. Now it's Face, 1-on-2. What can he do?
Yeah, bomb yet to be planted, and you can see where the 2 Fnatic members are. Face, 58 points of HP. Will look almost to find one, and actually does as DSN pops up. Forest versus Face.
Very clever here by Forest. Very, very clever, and you know, just outsmarting Face, just shooting, picking that bomb up, shooting the vent out, and then climbing himself up onto the top of foot to watch that exit. Well played by Forest to put Fnatic further into the lead.
Yeah, I don't think Face would have been aware of how close Forest was to DSN on death, so being able to get up there, he might have thought he had easy entry to that upper site, at least would have been worried about vents and ladder more so. But great round there for Fnatic. 6-3 as we have USBs in the hands of SK.
Good start as well, as those grenades are rolled into that upper site through squeaky door. Get right will take out Face. Here comes DSN off the roof, but he's given an AK away now to Wally, and that will leave Allen and Wally, or just Wally now, to battle things out. And Forrest actually finished him off there with a Glock. So Fnatic take a bigger lead, 7-3 overall. We've got 5 rounds remaining, and SK really need to pick things up now.
Yeah, just to give you an idea, this game has been very, very close, despite the scoreline kind of running away with Fnatic at the moment. We have a 13-4 for Forest, but everyone else sits around the 8-6 mark as far as frags are going. And then we actually have Face on a 10-7, and we've got 8 on Crystal, leading the way of the 2 new guys for SK, 5-4-2. So even though Fnatic definitely looking stronger.
That was brilliant from Khan. And it will look now to do even more damage in this upper side, and absolutely fantastic. Khan really opening up this game. Forest has brought it down to just 2 remaining members. Now Face is all that stands between Fnatic and another round. As that bomb is down and ticking away. Face surely won't push this. And he's probably not going to get much pressure from it either. This position. Maybe it will be Forest to move around and meet him. We missed it anyway. Awesome timing. But that will at least let Fnatic know where he is. But I think Khan may just get around, and Face will take Khan as well. Gux is just behind, but well held there by Face. Either way, the score extends to 8-3. We've got 4 more rounds in this first half, and if they all went to Fnatic again, you'd be thinking that this game might turn out to be a little one-sided.
Certainly would. Another buy round, or full buy now, as Alan just picked up his M4 for SK. Need to put a round on the board. Outside is where we'll find Fnatic.
Now let's watch Wally actually, or Alan, or not. They keep changing those positions on the outer, Wally and Alan, with the high and the low pushes. Here comes the flashes around. Wally is surely blind there. No, he isn't. He is going to catch the head of DSN as well. That will open himself an AK, but he's taken off 2 with the FAMAS, and that was brilliant from Wally, and as he retreats, that's certainly job done.
Definitely.
Alan will have one as well from up on the gantry.
Carnage is going to have Face in radio.
Yeah.
No, Face is going to have Carnage in lobby.
Now only Get Right with 26 points of health to do the job for Fnatic. Yeah, bomb down at the moment. I can't see it. Oh, there it is on the overlay. It's actually down by Garage, so Get Right's not going to be able to get around there and pick the plant, but he will certainly wait out and try and save this AK for future rounds. I don't think anyone from SK will really force this situation. 1 man remaining, they'll probably let him keep it.
He's not going up ladder, went to radio room and ramp. Yeah, Get Right will be able to hold on to his AK. Fnatic are going to be able to buy, and it's important that, you know, only 1 kill onto the CT side, so that's going to help SK a great deal as they move into the next round, as we've only got 3 remaining. 8-4, and they're going to want to have guns to all of them and could bring this one back ready. An 8-7 finish, definitely doable in second half, but definitely doable here. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get an 8-7 finish, but still that's great for Fnatic.
Well, Fnatic, like we said, whatever happens now, they've got this first half lead, so from there they can maybe only get stronger. We'll have to see. Again, Khan has got himself down early on into the vents. This time, though, he's dealt with by Face. DSN will come around. And the push is coming in from that ramp room to 4-on-3. Face must have 1 point of health there. Yep, it certainly does. So Khan was maybe a little unlucky not to do better out of that situation. The grenades come round again. Get Right, we'll look through the shots through that wall. Fnatic set themselves up here for another try at this radio room. There go the grenades towards the back. There is the 1 man there, Face, who had just 1 point of health. If he had more, he may have just been able to get that kill onto Gux, but now it's a 3-on-3. Fnatic will storm down into this lower area. Crystal in vents, Alan in vents, and Wally on the outer. 30 seconds remaining in this round. Where's the bomb? It's with Gux. And this is interesting, the way they're doing it. It's actually Get Right has taken down Wally on that upper area. Get Right now knows that there are going to be 2 there, and that will have been communicated over to Gux.
DSN's late as well to be helpful.
Yeah.
So
he's miles
kind
away.
of out of position, and he was ready for a an upper plan, so he would have been useful. But as soon as they saw two men at the back of there, that was going to be really hard to get through Alan and Crystal. So great job from those two for SK. They're going to bring that one back. 8-5 now.
Yeah, two rounds remaining. Very interesting first half here. It's gone backwards and forwards. Maybe we can expect to see a 9-6, which is a direct repeat of what we saw in Chengdu during the final on Nuke. On the T sides of either side to force us into an overtime game. Let's have a look. Outside push actually from a couple of these Fnatic players. Forest has taken a world of damage early on. He will actually be taken out here by Crystal. SK though aren't looking so healthy themselves. Get right, we'll wait here outside Squeaky Door, just looking across the garage and creating a crossfire here with DSN, who's actually...
They really want to go upper.
Element position on the outer.
If Fnatic went upper, Crystal was actually almost going to show himself. Get right, does do some damage there, finally comes the kill. They're not going to know that that site's available. Alan, though, is now at the top of Rafters. Robin picks up a kill in Radio Room and gets away. 3 versus 4.
Wally's still alive here, yeah, with 1 HP, so this could be very interesting. Khan will flash and then close
that's
Squeaky.
an important kill.
Get right is downed, and
the
now
bomb
it's
as well.
very hard for Fnatic to actually get themselves into this one. The bomb is down inside of Hut. Picked up now by Khan, who will move in and will get this upper plant. Now this is where things could maybe change for Fnatic as Khan takes down 1. He's spraying up towards ladder for the second. Wally has got the 1 kill. DSN will look for that frag, which he manages, gets a second onto Rafters. It's Robin versus DSN. Robin with less health will go for the shot, and DSN for a second time during this game goes clutch and will win the round for Fnatic, and they move to 9-5. An absolutely brilliant play there for Fnatic to rescue that round. I mean, they were in a nice position in the fact that SK were pretty weak anyway.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. I honestly thought when Alan got that initial kill on Get Right and the bomb was down, then that was going to be their round. But Khan made a ballsy move, picked up the bomb, planted it, got the kill quickly after avoiding getting flashed, and then DSN to pick up 3. Brilliant stuff. And already we have a grenade from Khan just to kind of continue his streak. Famas on the outside will come up trumps versus Forest from Robin. Now a 4-on-4. Fnatic waiting in lobby. Squeaky looks very smoked up. And we have a smoke as well. It's going to be Robin again with the Famas. That was down at Radio Room, so 2 kills for him. And this is what SK want this round, and it's going to make him feel a little bit better.
Well, looks like Khan is going to peek it there as well. Face will just journey out through the smoke, and he's looking for that AK on the ground as he moves in. I'm not sure if he's seen him, but he will be taken out anyway by Get Right, down to a 3-on-2. Close round here at the end. Get Right has worked his way through into Ramp Room. He'll go down. Those vents he has to be very careful of. There's Robin, there's Crystal, and there's Wally. So Get Right may just be able to pull this one off. Just checking those doors. And he is going to sit down and get the plant. And they will be able to spread out here for the defense. Let's see how Fnatic do it. Get Right through the window. Both Crystal and Robin going to come down to vent here, and Khan will sit the back position.
Wally's coming from ramp.
Here comes Get Right onto Robin. He's going to look for the kill onto Wally, but they both come in. It's now all on Khan, who gets 2 at the end to win this first half. 10-5 in favour of Fnatic.
And Wally must have felt unlucky then. He actually got 2 bursts off with the Famas onto Khan at the end. Didn't go through. He picked up the first kill. Very unlucky. He came in through ramp with 100 HP, full armor as well, and didn't manage to do it. So 10-5 will be the halftime score. And you can see there, Fnatic going to be wanting to push on into the second half as quickly as possible with the momentum they've got going, but it wasn't as easy as the scoreline may have indicated. Certainly felt close.
Well, we're straight into the pistol here. and SK are straight into this upper site. And they're pretty much wondering, I think, where Fnatic actually is. Face will get the first kill. Quickly replied to here by Fnatic, who are now moving in from behind. Will they go into this lower site, SK? Yes, they are. They are down there now. The bomb is planted. 4 on 3. Let's see what Forest can pull off now. He's taken out Crystal. There's another man there just through the window. Forest will get one, but here comes a double from Wally. And this is now all on Wally, who's through those doors. He knows he has to make the peak, but when will he do it? They've got to pressure him. They've got to pressure him. There we go. They do it. Wally will get the frag. Will Forest be in time? I think he will here to get this defused. Get Right says nice shot. And the bomb is defused by Forest. And that will be pistol round going to Fnatic. And they go 11-5 in the lead.
Yeah, nice move though still from Wally. Picked up the first kill. Tried strafing left with the door to see if Forest would miss his shot. He didn't. And had Forest actually missed his shot, he had a potential chance to collect 2, and that would have been amazing for him, but also SK, but not going to happen. 11-5 the score. Guns in the hands of CT, which is being played by Fnatic. And this is going to be very, very dangerous, and we'll have to see. Looks like we are going to have most likely a 3rd round buy from SK.
Here's DSN, has already done a lot of work. Forest can't get right. And well, they actually had to move faster there because DSN were pushing through anyway. So they had to move straight through, and once they got there, Khan and Get Right were there to mop up the final kills. So that will extend it to 12. Fnatic have won both pistol rounds this game, which of course has thoroughly helped them get to the position they're in right now.
Yeah, but also some great clutch work. Just amazing play by most of the team. Definitely shone brighter the stars over in SK, and Gux will pick up the first kill. This is going to be the buy round that SK are going to massively need, and they've chosen the upper side. This could be dangerous because Forest picks up 2 as they try to enter there from the upper, and it's only Crystal remains. He gets 1 and 2, but Get Right will finish off, and that was absolutely fantastic there from Forest. They predicted, well, they defended the correct site, and Forest in Garage caught 2 going into that upper site, and that really kind of shut down that attack. Had they been able to get those 2 members in, it could have been all different, and then they would have had to rely on defending versus the retake, which would have been very possible for SK to have. But now we're going to see a 3-0, and pressure mounts for SK as they will be back on the Glocks.
Gux's upper position, actually, defending Squeaky, is something that caught SK out a little during Chengdu, which is, you know, he sits right outside the door, and as soon as you open it to go flashing against it, he's actually just in your face, so he kills you. And that's something that caught SK out, but they didn't adapt to it then, and they lost that first frag, so we'll have to see if they fix that for future rounds. But now we move to 14, and now Fnatic are 2 rounds away from setting us up with a well, it's going to be an all-Swedish final anyway, but it will be Fnatic versus MYM. If they can pick up these next 2 rounds, it's a long way back for SK to come, and we're going to have a timeout.
I think actually Face looks like he's got problems and wants to restart his PC. And he's going to restart, sit back round. Kind of a demotivated stroll around the desk. Currently though, Robin and FaZe will have a chat, and scoreline, as you may well know, 14-5. Can SK bring it back? Probably one of the biggest comebacks we'll see in the semis, and this semi might just finish off similar to what Meet Your Makers did to Vitriolic. Still, they're very impressive from Vitriolic to grab that top 4. Great performance in the relegations. Also, SK topping their group, giving us some brilliant moments, and certainly look like the strongest team.
Right now,
the first
actually,
couple of days with MIM.
Right now, just to give you a little bit of an update here from the event, we've actually got Mousesports and Kirchnet playing a game that's for the Intel Extreme Masters European Championships, the group stage there, Group E, and that game at the moment is at 11-7 to Kirchnet on Dust 2. So those games, of course, are all best of 3. And like I said, on ESL TV, we will be bringing you a game of the week, starting, I'm not sure if next week or the week after. That'll be something you should look out for, because we'll have all the top teams, and of course you can find the group stages and everything for that at intelextrememasters.com, as well as all the information on previous games in this tournament and galleries for all the global challenges that we've seen so far this year.
And of course we may be at the Counter-Strike semi-finals, but if you did tune in and watch us earlier here at the Intel Extreme Masters, you would have noticed some Quake Live action. A spectacular tournament won by SK. And if you're interested where you can find more Quake Live, me and Joe do a regular Wednesday show, 10 to 12 CET. And we'll be also moving into some online stages for the Intel Extreme Masters a little later. But let's get back to the Counter-Strike. And maybe SK can come back. They are all without headphones at the moment talking. I think Fnatic feel this one's already over with their current form. And I wonder what Meet Your Makers have made from this game. What can they take from this going into the finals? Fnatic have already watched them. Now Meet Your Makers have been able to watch Fnatic. Is it just a case of players playing brilliantly?
If NYM played like they did earlier, we're going to have one hell of a game, that's for sure. And you know, both of them picked up their first map against really seriously tough teams, 16 to 1. And right now the score is 14-5, so we could see the exact same scoreline of 16-5 as we saw in that NYM game.
Yeah, headsets back on there, as you can see, for SK. So we're going to get ready to get back into the match. Fnatic getting each other ready, making sure they come back in with the tempo that they left. And we are going to get an unpause. Here we go.
So 14-5, let's see if SK can pull something out and bring themselves back and give us a bit more of a game here in this semi-final. Fnatic so far have been brilliant. The score on the second half is 4-0. SK are yet to pick up a terrorist round. They will now move in. Crystal has got himself up quite far. Lost a bit of health from that drop down, and he will lose even more as Khan will see him there, down by the windows at the back of ladder. That's bad news for SK. There are 3 remaining. Robin picked off by DSN. Where is Face? Because he's all alone. Alan was dead. Here comes Face. DSN goes down. He needs to pull off 4 more kills to stop Fnatic going up onto game point, which he won't be able to do. And Fnatic do move up onto match point here against SK. 15-5. One more and they will move on to face NYM in the finals in a couple of hours' time here in Dubai. But still, I think SK are not down and out. They're not giving up, although they are pretty quiet right now.
Yeah, they are, and definitely not down and out yet, but some of the media here at the Intel Extreme Masters consider it over as they flock to the side of Fnatic, awaiting them to potentially pick up their last round. But we will have a mixed buy-in, or AK is definitely in hand for SK. Can they cling on? Well, DSN opens.
Let's see, there's lots of smoke down here behind the hut. Get right, we'll take out Crystal. There are 3 remaining. Very good, strong grenade coming in there. Wally and Khan will exchange 2 now. Forest will pick up the hat-trick to put Fnatic into the grand final here in Dubai. They beat SK 16-1 and 16-5, an exact repeat of the NYM Vitriolic scoreline from earlier. And that will set us up with the all-Swedish final of NYM versus Fnatic. And of course, SK will play Vitriolic for the 3rd and 4th position. And well, Jay, what did you think to that one?
Well, I thought the Mexican wave was particularly interesting there from Fnatic. Get right started it. But I also look over to the SK team to say, well, Wally said wouldn't be satisfied, without getting that first. I think a high now to a slighter low. You've got to also remember they're not 4th yet. They can still play for 3rd, and though a team can still be happy with a 3rd place finish if they performed well, but still, I just don't think they performed well. So they're not going to be happy with whatever finish they get now, because they really did, didn't kind of play their game versus Fnatic, and I think Fnatic are going to be very, very happy with that one. And it's very interesting to see two semi-finals finish identically, where we have a Swedish matchup where, honestly, I think the skill in both of the teams for We Meet Your Makers and Fnatic are so high on every player. And that's something that Zet said, you know, it doesn't always matter the tactic we pull out, the skill level is so high. Sometimes I actually look to think MIM are a little fresher as far as skill goes. You know, they're a little bit younger maybe as far as experience goes, but that can also, you know, be more dangerous. I think Fnatic, you know, with the stable three, Khan, DSN and Forest, could play maybe a slightly better tactical game, but definitely MIM are going to be dangerous into the finals. But still, you know, well done from SK to make it through their group first, and they've still got that third, fourth playoff to do to see who comes in third. But a big congratulations for Fnatic. What a great victory for them, considering their start here at the Intel Extreme Masters was rather rocky, but they will be moving into the grand finals to play versus Meet Your Makers.
Yep, and that game will be coming up in a little while here. Before that, though, we'll have that third place playoff match, which will actually be a separation of $1,000. $3,000 for third, $2,000 for fourth, so a fair bit on the line there as well. That game will, of course, be SK versus Vitriolic, and that will be coming up here next on ESL TV. And when we come back, that's the game. Don't go anywhere. The final coming up after that.
He does the job that he needs to do and get that fight on the exit. Absolutely brilliant. We just witnessed the greatest moment in WoW's history as an e-sport. It was absolutely incredible. Overcome the biggest team to win the Intel